And new polling shows Hispanics are rallying to Trump. Will it make all the difference in the race? Joining me now, Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk. Charlie, great to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me, Judge. Great to be here.
All right, good. Let's talk about that. President Trump's approval rating among Hispanic voters, 50% approve, 46% disapprove, an NPR PBS NewsHour Marist poll. That's kind of amazing given the attacks that he's gotten from the left, especially as it relates to Hispanics and immigration and all that. How do you explain it?
Spot on, Judge. And you look at this is an NPR poll. Let's just reiterate that. That's not exactly a conservative, polling. But you look at this, the tougher the president has gotten on the border, the more his Hispanic support has surged. It's really actually contrary to what the media elites and the wise men of Washington have been telling us over the last 20, 30 years. The quote-unquote conventional wisdom was that you need to be for open borders or relaxed immigration policy to try to win the Hispanic community. This polling shows that ever since the president has declared a national emergency and talked about immigration daily and illegal immigration and the surge of illegals coming into our country, more Hispanics support him. And why is that? That's because illegal immigration directly impacts legal immigrant communities the most, specifically legal Hispanic communities. So this is a great sign for the president going into 2020, and it goes in direct defiance of what the wise men of Washington have been trying to tell us for years. And again, they're wrong.
Right. Let's talk about Joe Biden for a minute. You know, it's very interesting that I said earlier that President Obama has said nothing, and it doesn't seem like anyone on the left has supported Joe Biden, which leads me to think, and maybe it's the prosecutor in me, could this be all coming from the left? Talk to me about that.
It's such a brilliant point, Judge, and I can't believe this has not gotten more attention. Where's President Obama? I mean, this was his vice president. This was good old pal Joe for 8 years, right? This is the guy that stuck by him through thick and through thin, through the Obamacare fight, through everything. To my knowledge, President Obama has been silent on this. And boy, is the silence deafening. And, I sent out a tweet earlier this week that got a lot of play. It makes you think maybe, maybe not. Michelle Obama might want to make a decision. She said she's not interested, but that makes you think. More than anything else, where's the energy in the party? The energy is not behind Uncle Joe. The energy is who's the most socialist, who's the most radical, and who hates Donald Trump the most. I call it the Socialist Hate Trump Olympics. And boy, are they doing calisthenics right now that I've never expected out of them. And Uncle Joe, being in the party for 30 or 40 years, supporting things that are now completely out of the center of gravity of their party, they're enjoying this. In fact, the media is pouring gasoline on this fire, not putting out the fire on Joe Biden. And he's looking around saying, this is the party that I'm part of? I don't think so. And the lack of defense around him is very instructive of where the Democrat Party is going.
Well, I of course, I agree with you. And then there's another piece to this. Look, the president has his base. That base is always going to stay with the president. The president obviously needs the independents. The left, the further they go left, I don't even call them Democrats anymore. The further they go left, the more they're losing those independents. If you have a brain, you say to yourself, maybe Joe Biden is the guy to grab those independents, and yet they're all doing this calisthenics toward the left. It doesn't help the Democrats.
You're exactly right, Judge. And Joe Biden would be someone who could compete for middle America, being from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Yep. He could maybe make an argument towards, coal country and middle class America that really is Donald Trump's base. Instead, they're going to two communities, the Malibu and Manhattan elites who are going to be funding these Democrat primaries of who can disenfranchise middle America the most. And that's where their energy is right now. Well, it's for open borders. It's for outward socialism. It's for borderline infanticide. It's for things that are really radical. I've always believed America is a center-right country, not a radical left-wing country. And Donald Trump now has an amazing opportunity to master the middle class and middle America and independent voters, and he will. And that's why I believe he'll win re-election.
Charlie Kirk, thanks so much for being with us.